Good morning, first PC students. Yesterday the second exercise have completed. So today we are going to the next topic, combinations. Combinations. Permutation is nothing but arrangements. Combination is nothing but selections. 11 members team, select 11 member team. Totally 50 members players are there. Select 11 players teams. How many teams? This is the number of combinations. The number of combinations of n distinct objects taken or at a time, some or all, some. The number of combination of n distinct objects taken some or all at a time. Repetition is not allowed. Is Ncr. Permutations is nothing but Npr permutations. Combination is nothing but Ncr, combination C, Ncr. So same, 0 less than or equal to n. The range of R is 0 less than or equal to n. So what is the formula of Ncr? Ncr is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay, Ncr is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r. What is the difference between Npr and Ncr? Npr is n factorial by only n minus r factorial. Npr is equal to n factorial by only n minus r. Here Ncr is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. So Ncr is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into 1 by r factorial. So Ncr is equal to, this is what, Npr into 1 by r factorial. Ncr is equal to Npr by r factorial, or Npr is equal to r factorial into Ncr. R factorial into Npr is equal to r factorial into Ncr. Okay, clear? This is the difference between. Next to Npr is equal to r factorial into Ncr. Ncr is equal to Npr by r factorial. So Nc0 is equal to n factorial by n minus 0 factorial into 0 factorial. So n factorial by n minus 0, n factor, 0 factor is equal to 1, n and cancel is equal to 1. So Ncn is equal to Nc0, Ncn is equal to n factorial by n minus n factorial into n factorial. Okay, n factorial by n minus n 0 factorial into n factorial equal to 1. No. So NC0 equal to NCn, first and last, first equal to 0 to n equal. So NC1 is equal to n factorial by n minus factorial into 1 factorial. So ಈ n factorial is reduced into n into n minus 1 factorial, you know, in starting factorial notation. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial by n minus 1 factorial, cancel no. NC n minus 1, this is 0 is the first, n is the last, first equal to the last. Okay, second one is equal to the last second one. Okay, so NCn minus 1 is equal to n factorial by n minus of n minus 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial. So n minus 1 factorial, n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial by n cancel, minus of 1 factorial into n minus 1 factorial, that is equal to n. So NC1 equal to NCn minus 1. Similarly NC2 is equal to NCn minus 2. NC3 is equal to NCn minus 3. NCR is equal to NCn minus R. The very important points. NC0 is equal to NCn, NC1 is equal to NCn minus 1. The first one equal to the last one. Second one is equal to last to second one. Third one is equal to last to third one. Okay, this one NC2 is equal to NCn minus 2. Okay, NCR is equal to NCn minus R. Okay, next one. NCR by NCR minus 1 is equal to n minus r plus 1 by r factorial. N minus r plus 1 by r. NCR by NCR minus 1. N minus r plus 1 by r. N minus r plus 1 by r. This is the very important result. Very important result. So next one, very important note. This is very important. NCR is equal to NCS. If NCR is equal to NCS, then R is equal to S or R, N is equal to R plus S. What is the result? NCR by NCR minus 1 is equal to, you have to prove, n minus r plus 1 by r. Another very important for 1 mark bit, NCR is equal to NCS. NCR is equal to NCS, then R is equal to S, both R is equal to S, or N is equal to R plus S. N is equal to R plus S. Okay, clear? So, it's very important theorem. Prove that NCR plus NCR plus NCR minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 Cr. Ncr plus Ncr minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 Cr. This is very important one, important result. Ncr plus Ncr minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 Cr. Solution. LHS is equal to Ncr plus Ncr minus 1. So that is equal to Ncr formula n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay, Ncr minus 1 is equal to n factorial by n minus of r minus 1 factorial. This is n minus r. N minus r. N minus r is nothing but r minus 1. N minus r factorial into r factorial. R factorial. So that is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial is reduced into convert into r into r minus 1 factorial. So n factorial by n minus r factorial can be converted into r into r minus 1 factorial. Clear? N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus up to 1. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. Okay, clear? So plus n factorial by, this is n minus r plus 1, n minus r plus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial. N minus r, minus into minus plus 1. So that is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r into r minus 1 factorial plus n factorial by, so n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. So n plus 1 factorial is equal to what? N plus 1 factorial. N plus 1 factorial is equal to n plus 1 into n minus 1 factorial. Okay, decreasing by 1. N factorial equal to n into, same into, reduced by 1, n minus 1. N plus 1. Increasing by 1, n plus 1 minus 1, n minus 1, n minus 1. Okay, this is the factorial notation. So n minus r plus 1 factorial is equal to n minus r plus 1 into n minus r plus 1 minus 1. N minus r plus 1 minus 1 is equal, plus plus cancel. N minus r factorial into r minus 1 factorial. N minus r plus 1 factorial is equal to n minus r plus 1 into n minus r into r minus 1 factorial. Common. Numerator n factorial. Denominator n minus 1 factorial is there and r minus 1 factorial is there. So n minus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial common. N minus 1 factorial by n minus r factorial. So 1 by r plus n factorial by n minus r factorial into r minus 1 factorial by 1 by n minus r plus 1. Okay, clear? So that is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r minus 1 factorial into, here LCM is r into n minus r plus 1 LCM. The denominator r into n minus r plus 1. So cross multiplication. N minus r plus 1 plus r. Okay. ఈ ప్లస్ ఆర్ మైనస్ ఆర్ క్యాన్సిల్. So that is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r minus 1 factorial into, so this is r cancel, n plus 1, n plus 1 by r into n minus r plus 1. So that is equal to n plus 1 into n factorial by n minus r plus 1 into n minus r factorial. Next, r into r minus 1 factorial. Clearly here n plus 1 factorial is equal to what? N plus 1 factorial is equal to n plus 1 into n minus 1 factorial, or n plus 1 factorial is equal to n plus 1 into n factorial. Clear? N plus 1 into n factorial is equal to n plus 1 factorial by r into r minus 1. N factorial is equal to n into n minus 1. R factorial is equal to r into r minus 1 by r factorial into n minus r plus 1. N minus r plus 1 into n minus r is equal to n minus r plus 1 factorial. So n plus 1 factorial by n minus of n plus 1 minus r factorial into r factorial. So n factorial by n minus r factorial, or here n plus 1 is equal to what? N. This is n plus 1 factorial convert n plus 1. N minus r plus 1 factorial is equal to n plus 1 minus r factorial by r factorial. So what is the Ncr formula? Ncr formula is equal to n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial. What is the n plus r factorial formula here expanding? N plus 1 Cr is equal to what? Ncr, n factorial. So n plus 1 factorial by n plus 1 minus r factorial into r factorial. So this is what? N plus 1 Cr. So Ncr plus n plus 1 Cr minus 1 Cr plus Ncr minus 1. Ncr plus Ncr minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 Cr. Okay, once again I will explain. So this is the combination, the number of combinations of n distinct objects taken some or all at a time without repetition. So repetition not allowed means Ncr, combination formula Ncr. What is the Ncr formula? N factorial by n minus r factorial and r factorial. So n minus r by r factorial into 1 by r factorial. So n factorial by n minus r factorial is equal to Npr. So Npr is equal to r factorial and Ncr. So formula Nc0, Ncn. So Nc0 first equal to the last. Nc0 is equal to Ncn. Nc1 is equal to Ncn minus 1. Nc2 is equal to Ncn minus 2. This and so on. So very two important results is there. Ncr by Ncr minus 1 is equal to n minus r plus 1 by r. We have to calculate. So we have any doubt means this is expanded. So next another formula, very important 1 mark formula. Ncr is equal to Ncs. So n is equal to what? R plus s or r is equal to s. So one important theorem, Ncr plus Ncr minus 1 is equal to n plus 1 Cr. So LHS, Ncr plus Ncr minus 1. Ncr formula n factorial by n minus r factorial into r factorial plus this is n factorial by n minus r. Here r is equal to what? R minus 1 into r factorial. R equal to what? R minus 1. So n factorial by n minus r factorial into the r factorial can be converted into, can be write into r into r minus 1 factorial. So n factorial by n minus r minus into minus plus 1 factorial equal to r minus 1. So again step n factorial by n minus r factorial into the same n factorial by this is n minus r plus 1. N factorial is equal to that factor n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 next n minus 2 reduces by 1 or decreasing by 1. So n minus r plus 1 factor is equal to n minus r plus 1. N minus r plus 1 in minus 1 is equal to plus 1 minus 1 cancel n minus r factorial. So r minus 1 factor common. Which one common? Numerator n factorial, denominator n minus r factorial, r minus 1 factorial. N minus r factorial, r minus factorial common. Same 1 by this is balance. 1 by r plus 1 by n minus r. So LCM r into n minus r plus 1. LCM n minus r plus 1 plus r cancel n plus 1. So n factorial by n minus r factor r minus 1 into this is cancel n plus 1 by r into n minus r plus 1. So the n plus 1 the highest number, the big number is first, next 1 minus 1, next another minus 1. This is the factorial notation. So n plus 1 into n factorial, next n minus r plus 1 into n minus r factorial, r into r minus 1 factorial. So what is the n factorial is equal to what? N plus 1 factorial is equal to what? N plus 1 into minus 1. N plus 1 minus 1, n minus 1. So n plus 1 into n factorial is equal to what? N plus 1 factorial. N plus 1 factorial by r into r minus 1 factorial equal to r factorial. N minus r plus 1 into n minus r is equal to n minus r plus 1 factorial. So n plus 1 factorial by r factorial into the n minus r plus 1 can be changed into n plus 1 minus r. So this is Ncr formula. Ncr formula n factorial by n minus r. Here n is equal to n plus 1. N plus 1 factorial by n plus 1 minus r factorial into r factorial is nothing but n plus 1 Cr. Okay, these all results are very important. Today I will continue the last exercise 11.3. Okay, clear? Thank you.